So, last we left off, basically, you guys had just killed a whole load of lizard folk, even though Johnny had tried his absolute damnedest to try and convince them that they were some form of. You guys were somehow working on behalf of some dragon god. Managed to convince one of them, but Combat Unit had enough, so he was going to kill them. He attempted to kill them, and Shao then decided to make him enlarged, which meant he got stuck, and nobody else could really do anything, and it just kind of ended in a bit of a slaughter. So that was the exact last. Does somebody else want to give me an actual recap of what happened last time?
Sure, we woke up in the tavern after, the warehouse after our battle from the last night to find that our envoy was gone. We planned an attempt. This is the right session, right? Yeah.
Yep.
We planned an attempt to steal the keys from the orc, which went about as well as everything else we do. Ended up effectively wiping out the entire warehouse of cultists, and later found out that the orc was at least very chummy with the cultists, if not one of them. We went to the locked room and had a quick short rest to recuperate and plan our next moves. We opened the trap door and Combat Unit jumped in, where he was met by, I think it was 5 or 6 lizard folk at the time. Like Dave said, attempted to persuade them that Combat Unit was I think it was the Metal Dragon God or just the Dragon God, where Shao enlarged him to attempt to help with this. Then we initiated combat as per usual, cleared them out, and Miles didn't die.
Makes a change.
It wasn't there, like you said, but he didn't die. And that's about it. And then we were just starting to pursue into the next room. Enlarged him.
Okay.
Yep, cleared them out.
Perfect. Okay, so what are you guys doing? Obviously, Combat Unit and the rest of you, you're still there. I'll get rid of these lizard folk. Whoa, got more than that. Black bars. No!
More black bars.
We have the power. There we go.
Huge.
So you guys were able to, deal with them. You're on. What are you guys going to do next?
I mean, I guess we move on stealthily. Because I think one of the lizard folk ran away, if I remember correctly. I think one ran away to tell an alert, so we need to be very quiet moving forwards.
Should we have a look to see if there are any...
You're very quiet, Aaron.
Traps, maybe? Should we do like some sort of observation of our surroundings?
Sure. Well, yeah. So move forward stealthily and looking for traps, I guess.
Okay. Who's looking for traps?
I will.
Okay, you're looking for traps. Can you give me an investigation check then, please?
Right. Come on.
Okay, as you're moving forward, you don't find any traps. Are you all moving stealthily?
Yeah.
Combat Unit, be quiet.
I'm just gonna put my hand on Combat Unit and just cast guidance on him and hope that will help him guide himself to being quiet.
I'm just gonna make him invisible.
Does that stop him from making sound?
No, but that's what it makes him harder to spot.
I mean, if we want to sneak, I have a pretty cool Staff of the Woodlands. I'm sure you've all seen it, and I can just cast Pass Without Trace.
That would also be a great assistance.
Very, very good.
Would you like me to do that?
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace. I'll put it in.
Wicked.
Big +10.
So, Combat Unit is not rolling at disadvantage and has +10 and a +D4. It's going to be tiptoeing.
Doesn't stop a natural one.
Let's find out. I'll roll.
Might as well use it for
15.
Oh! So combat.
Someone take a screenshot. Plus a D4.
Oh! +10. So combat unit, the person who has disadvantage on stealth checks. You have never seen him so stealthy. With a 34 stealth check, thanks to pass without a trace and guidance, he is just so nimble. Just so light-footed. Even Meninla, who, is used to being stealthy, just can't quite match his nimbleness and his soft approach.
Amazing.
Can we start referring to him as the soft approach?
You guys can do whatever you like.
Welcome.
Oh,
God.
yes, good day.
You did a good stealth. Good job, Dave.
Well done.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Well,
You're very quiet.
I rolled for you because I didn't know when you were going to come, and you just rolled a natural 20 on your stealth. You are invisible, 19, so 20. You are invisible, so it was a straight roll, not a disadvantage. Johnny had guided you, so you got a +4, plus 1d4. You rolled a 4, and then Meninla had cast Pass Without a Trace. So this big, hulking, massive unit just managed to score a 34 stealth check.
Strong. Doing what? What purpose?
We are moving forwards through the tunnels because one of the
Advancing
folk
to contact.
escaped. Yeah.
Roger. So 77 is actually doing what he normally does.
Except this time quietly.
Cool. Great. Thanks.
You are currently invisible, bear that in mind. Until you attack
Roger.
something or cast a spell.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, apologies I'm late, by the way.
How dare you?
Yeah. Okay, so basically we've had a recap. You're in the tunnel, and it's now a case of what you guys doing. They've all said we're going to move ahead stealthily. Shala's checking for traps.
Not too successfully. But not terribly.
Okay, so are you guys just going to straight on press on?
I would presume so.
Yep.
Do we do a marching order?
Who's at the front of this marching order?
Yeah,
we
I
need
was
to
going to say,
decide that.
you literally
I
have
would
a
have to
rectangular
be-
bar, so if you can arrange yourselves in
I would
order
presume
there,
I would have to be first if I'm checking for traps.
you would indeed.
I will be whoever's at the very front doing the main checking. So I am going to cast resistance on you just in case.
Okay.
So the 77 should probably tiptoe along behind.
I'll come here.
I'll go here.
I'll stay at the back.
I was like,
I'm
I'm
chilling.
good.
I'm chilling with Ara.
Oh, are we going in a single file line?
Don't have to.
Don't have to.
In which case I'll go here.
That's a plot twist.
Let the wizard lead the way. Here I go.
What could possibly go wrong, eh?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay.
Let's go.
One disaster coming right up.
So you guys managed to kind of find your way out, and it takes you a couple of minutes. You don't manage to. You notice a trap, and you kind of manage to keep your way out of the way of it, and you're able to go around. And just as you're like, oh, do I? No, oh shit! Hang on, watch it, and you kind of just notice another one as well passing through. It was literally on a 3 or higher. You were gonna cop it, but you managed to succeed. So as you come out, you're gonna come out of the tunnel system, and you're in sort of swampland. You realise that you've been travelling for quite a while. Also just realised I've just put you guys on the next place off the fucking map, so that's not going to work.
Has it been more than an hour?
Has it been more than an hour? I would say no. It's probably been about 20 minutes you guys have been walking for,
Okay.
which is still a fair
So
distance. You can cover quite a bit in 20 minutes.
Yeah, just making sure I'm visibility and pass that trace is a lot.
Yeah, we
no,
haven't
it
got an
is.
hour on it, haven't we?
Yeah. Oh,
So
upside down.
you're doing the bobsleigh. That's what it is. You know, like in the office chairs. The.
Sounds.
Do.
So
God, it's not the roadmap. We have a chance.
It's new.
So you guys arrive on this sort of like tangled marshland. The water and the sort of like just general sludge and what have you. It's kind of up to sort of your ankles, maybe slightly up to your knees at stages, but it's traversable. But 100% difficult terrain, put it that way. So yeah, you guys are just plodding along, and that's pretty much where you. Sorry, you're not plodding along. That's where you come out at. So you kind of come out of the tunnel. That is what greets you.
If we are moving in single file, can I be casting mold earth to path our way? Because it says if the dirt or stone you target is on the ground, you can cause it to become difficult terrain. Alternatively, you can cause the ground to become normal terrain, and that changes back after an hour.
I would say yes. However, this is very waterlogged.
Okay.
It's swampy.
That's
So it's a
fair.
case of whilst the ground, you could certainly make the ground underneath
Yeah, but we're
firm
still
and easy to
wading.
traverse. The water and the reeds and stuff like that is what you're gonna struggle to actually traverse in, if that makes sense.
That's
Tell
fair.
you what then, am I able to see if there are creatures in the water?
Give me a perception check.
Good shout.
Wow.
I
I
mean, yeah, you see shit for sure. Yeah,
That is
there's
not what I
tiny,
want.
tiny little like incredibly almost minuscule fishes that are like darting around in the sort of like little pools and streams that litter the swamp. There's frogs, loads of flies and midges everywhere. There's the occasional bird and you wouldn't necessarily see a rabbit, but something like that, like more like stoats and voles, are the sort of thing you find.
It's okay. I didn't want there to be creatures.
Can I
It's a
bounce?
fact.
I bounce my owl out and have Otto go and sort of like have a bit of a bird's eye view just to keep an eye on behind all these rocks and stuff. Make sure there's nothing waiting to ambush us.
You can certainly deploy your friend.
Go, Otto. So
Is
he'll.
Otto an otter?
Huh?
Is Otto an otter?
Could be, but not yet. Actually, I don't know if I can make him an otter. I hope so. But for the
I
moment, he is
mean,
now.
check. I don't think there's going to be. I can't think of too many reasons why you couldn't.
I'll be looking at it. But for now, I will have Otto the owl fly up like 60, 70 feet and just sort of see if he can see anything behind these rocks, being a little bit quiet, not
Okay.
wishing to draw too much attention.
You're getting to about mid-afternoon with the fact that you guys have had breakfast, you've had a couple of discussions, you've tried to steal the guy's keys, you've had one fight, you've then kind of made your way through, you've had another fight, you've then methodically made your way through the made your way through the tunnel. So yeah, go ahead, make a perception check. I believe with advantage.
Yep. 16.
You don't see anything that you would cause alarm. You see a couple of like creatures and things that you would expect to see. Put it that way. Nothing that you're like, oh my god, there's a fucking lamia hiding behind it.
Don't.
So yeah, you're all good. You're happy as it were. There's nothing causing you alarm.
Cool. I'll just whisper to the group and say, seems like it's clear. Let us continue.
Okay. So do you guys continue
Cool,
just pressing on?
Yeah, I'll just follow him.
Is everyone?
Where are you guys going?
Could we maybe stay by the rock and people could watch around while we have a short rest? Just
That's a good idea.
I mean, yeah. If by the time we run off, I'm like half dead.
That is a bit of an issue.
Just a slight.
Are you half dead?
Well, like I've got 30 at the moment, but last time I was on like 5, and I've only got 30 because I've been healed.
Nice.
I just feel like, we're kind of in the lizard's lair, so to speak, being swamped, so we probably want to be healthy.
That's not a bad shout. We could also try and get our bearings and see, where we're going to go.
Okay, cool. Who wants to take first watch?
I mean, it's just an hour
77 is
long.
always on watch.
It's only 1 hour as well.
Yeah, for a short rest, it's just...
Cool.
I will say, you guys would probably have to spread out, or somebody would have to cast a spell or something, because you're not going to always sit down in this.
Right.
That this is waterlogged soil. You're in a swamp, so this isn't like, Arrow, as you said, you can sit on top of the rock. That's fine. But for the rest of you, what do you call it? But the rest of you would not be able to just, just squat down if you're just going to try and take a short rest in the water. I'd say that the midges, the water, the discomfort, you're not going to get a rest. So you're going to need to get to, find a dry portion or something like that.
Okay. Sure, sounds good. I was going to say, I don't need a short rest. I can just watch and stuff.
Nor me. I'm chilling.
Well, 77 will just root himself still and
If
take his
everyone
short rest
is-
while also looking.
If everyone is, in full health, and I'm the only one in not full health, we can totally go ahead.
What are you guys doing?
I mean,
Is
you're happy
everyone
to go
in full
ahead.
health?
I am.
I'm happy to go ahead.
Okay, let's do it. Let's go.
All right.
So you leave, you continue dragging your 12-year-old elven child, badly wounded, through the swamps. Understood? So,
I was just going to say, so where are we going? Just turn to the group.
Can we do it like a tracking? Is anyone good at animal tracking?
I look at Kane.
Nature?
I've got nature, I
I've
think.
got nature.
I've got nature too.
I was going to say, if
I'm
only
pretty
you
good
had
at
a
animal handling.
ranger, a blood hunter, and a druid in the group. If only you had somebody that had some form of nature leaning.
I wonder
Yeah.
who it could be.
Okay,
So
cool.
What are we doing?
Well, yeah, so maybe let's try and do a check to see if we can see any tracks or any sign of where the lizards went. Oh man, that is crazy good. I'm not.
Do I do it twice? I've got
Click
advantage.
on the A. What does it say?
Depends what we're looking. What are we trying to
Well,
find?
it
Are we
says
trying to
Fae
find-
Fiends or the Undead, but I assume we're looking for anything like that, right?
What?
I think we're looking for the cultists or more lizard folk.
So
Do
you have
the lizard...
you have advantage on things. So if you're searching for a thing, right? So the way your advantage for Fae Fiends and Undead works is, okay, or you would recognise tracks that are left by Fae Fiends or the Undead.
Mhm.
Okay, so if you've not been told that the Fae Fiends are undead, or I don't say you notice, etc.
Okay.
Then they're not. So I think
Okay.
I think you have advantage on perception for generally, but for a nature check, it would only be if they're Fae Fiend or undead.
Okay.
So ironically, you'd be able to track Minnie really well.
Yeah, that's part
You
of the
don't
thing.
say.
So I would say with that nature check, you guys don't need to really look around that hard anyway. They've been doing this for weeks, if not months. There is a clear line, like broken ground, in the swamp where you can easily follow them along the path, should you wish to take the same path as them.
I presume we should follow their path, but
All
not,
that other path.
but not like directly on it. You know. Yeah,
Completely up to you guys.
but I'm asking the group.
Yeah, we need to follow the lizards.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Onward! Follow the lizards!
Yes, let's kick lizard butt.
Let's try and reason with them, and then inevitably moonbeam and shifting sands them all to death.
Hey, I tried to increase the presence we had. Literally.
Maybe I'll get to hit something with a hammer.
You got to hit them with your body.
True.
Okay, so if you guys are just going to plod on through, okay?
I'm going to be casting guidance on myself because I'm just nervous about this woods.
Yep, go for it. So, are you guys just following the trail on the trail? Yeah?
I was going to say, if we're following it on the trail, I'm absolutely going to be continuing to look for traps.
Not a problem. Give me an investigation check.
Can do. Bang. It's even worse.
Exceedingly average.
Exceedingly average with a roll of a 2.
So combat unit. By the time that you guys kind of go through, your invisibility wades off, and you kind of feel this, and then you all of a sudden you also feel your footsteps get a bit heavier, as does everybody else's, as Pass Without a Trace wears off. Over the next couple of hours, you're able to kind of make your way slowly, methodically, following the trail without too much issue. Xiao's constantly being vigilant, like, don't step on that, might be a trap. Don't be this, might be a trap. Way over the top for like what is actually needed. And as afternoon turns to evening, you guys carry on, I assume. What do you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, until late evening.
Okay. So
Might
you
as well.
kind of keep plodding on through, and after a few more miles, you guys kind of reach, or at least you can see. In fact, can I get anyone who's proficient in perception to give me perception checks, please, to see how far away you notice it?
No, sir.
Perception.
Oh, big.
I am proficient. It was perception, wasn't it?
It was
It
indeed.
was indeed.
Sorry, I hit twice.
No, you have advantage anyway. It's the one time you actually have
So- so-
advantage.
It's also only rolled once.
Yeah, it's only got one on here.
That is so weird, I swear. Okay. Ignore me.
Has it done it on roll 20 instead? Not roll 20, the other one.
D&D Beyond.
That's
No,
the one.
very strange. Maybe it's just my eyes. Ignore me.
It's because Arrow
Roll again.
rolled like a millisecond after you. Do you want to roll
It
again?
might
then?
have been that.
As I
Yeah,
said,
roll
th-
against your
Sorry.
advantage.
this is the
Nice.
one check that you have A next to
There
that
you
is
go.
just a straight run. Wait. So anyway, with Minnie's perception, keeping her eye out, Kane constantly being distracted by Ara just playing with her wounds and just stop that, not able to really keep concentration. You're able to notice that in the distance you can see a small campsite, not too far away. Doesn't look like anything. Oh, that's because I'm doing that on the one screen. Not too far away. That's it's not amazing, but it looks like it might be a holdout point. What are you guys doing?
Should one of us scout up ahead stealthily and check it out?
One of us probably should.
Yeah,
Looking
one of
right
us
back
should.
at Ara.
77 will volunteer by just raising his hand.
No.
77 volunteers. He's stealthy now.
No, you are no longer stealthy.
Milestone stealth.
I cast it again.
You got it again.
If you can do it at will,
I can't.
Oh.
it's
Hold on.
mad.
Where's it gone? Where's
Pass
it gone?
without
At
trace
will.
at will, Staff of the Woodlands. It's ridiculous.
That's nuts. That's so
Yeah.
funny.
So,
Do you want me to
I-
put my hang on, I'm
not
gonna put
devastated
this
if 77 does want to volunteer.
Well, 77, do you want a turn?
I mean, so we have to stay next to Manila for this stuff.
But I did so well at being stealthy.
Yeah, but that means Manila has to go as well.
Maybe we can all go.
All right, let's all be stealthy.
Well, is our goal just to scout it out or to go and raid it? Because if it's just to scout it out, we should probably limit to 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, I
Fine.
guess if we're all going, we're not really scouting it out for the others, are we?
Exactly. we're kind of just going there, and it is very late.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Let's go, Bucky. Ready, guys?
I guess we're all going.
Onward.
Yeah, I'm casting guidance on myself as I do this, praying to the god.
I'm not casting invisibility.
Okay, so as you guys approach, it isn't much of a camp. It's just a clearing, slightly drier than the muck you've been wading through, but 4 wicked lean-tos and a stone platform for like lighting a fire above the soggy ground. You're able to determine. They kind of like bring your attention to that in this really wild surrounding. 3 dugout canoes are drawn up near to one of the lean-tos, and a few yards, maybe 20, 30 yards beyond the campsite, in the direction you've been travelling, dry land ends. There, other than moss-covered trees, fallen logs, and thick clumps of reeds, nothing else rises above the still black water. And
Okay.
Whole new map.
Ah,
Dave's been fucking prepping.
yeah, and to be honest, you don't prep for like a really quick visit, do you?
I mean, he prepped the other map for us just to walk through, supposedly.
How many times would he do that? Casting guidance on myself. Would you like just guidance to be indefinitely on me, Dave, or do you want me to call it every single time?
Every single time. It's going to be your Ford's version of Eldritch Blast, okay?
Fox.
Every minute. Come on, keep it going.
Just every minute you're going to just stand there, and it doesn't matter if you're trying to be stealthy or what, you're just going to go, guidance! Loudly.
Just going to be praying to myself like, oh Lord, oh Father.
Yep.
Right. Well, if we are all past without a trace, and the group decision is just to walk in, let's sneak our way in.
Okay, you guys move your way up. The fire, which is definitely still burning, but Dave doesn't have a lit fire for this one for some strange reason. There, it's a light.
There's a light.
I mean, that is literally a light as well. So you guys kind of like approach. You see the fire is definitely in its embers stage. Get somebody who is proficient in survival. Give me a survival check.
Yes.
Yes.
You just want one of them? Okay,
Proficient,
I'm gonna
but
do
I
it.
have a large number.
Yes. Immediately worsened.
Okay, so combat unit is like, I can tell, putting his foot straight into the fire, and is like, and you kind of see he's like, it's not
It wouldn't
quite.
hurt him at all.
Exactly. You're just like, you're trying to kind of gauge it through your feet, being like, in the meantime, Kane's been like, cool, and just like looks at it, starts looking around. Ara starts doing the same, and between the three of you, able to go, this hasn't been used in a few hours, maybe like, quarter of a day to half, no more. So, you know that at least the last 6 hours or so, nobody's been at the site, but there are also 3 lean-tos and some canoes. So
you're saying that those tents are empty?
well, yeah, you guys are there.
Yeah.
Like you're there.
Oh, we're here. Okay.
You specifically said we're just gonna walk into the campsite, and
Just gonna sneak in.
yeah. So
Oh, I thought because where we were like behind them. Okay.
I know, but you then did say, "Yep, we're just gonna roll into the campsite," and nobody said,
Okay,
"Nope, I'm
okay.
holding back." So
Well, I assume there's no one in there then, or else we might be toast by now.
It's in this tent.
So yeah, it's really starting to get dark now. It's getting very late. You would say like very, very late evening. You don't quite know how late because none of you fuckers have keen mind. So
Not yet.
so that's about as much as you know.
Alright, well, I don't like the idea of going ahead without any sleep.
I mean, if
So-
there's no one in here, we might as well.
Yeah,
Hang
what could
on.
go wrong?
Hang on, whoa. Are we suggesting
go
sleep
wrong?
in the fully set up camp with a still lit fire?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
What about this is
Have
right?
slight reservations about this particular plan.
Well,
Hmm.
why don't we sleep a little bit back on the path where we were? I'll set up my dome and we can all sleep in there.
That sounds a lot better.
A lovely dome of protection
I
where
was gonna
people
say,
don't get stabbed in
I
the
was
night.
getting some massive Goldilocks vibes then, I'll be honest.
This one is just right.
Hold
Right.
on, I think I can do. Continue to talk amongst yourselves. I need to look at something.
I will lead people back here and tell people to keep an eye out whilst I make. So is this also like marshland over here? And like bog?
Yeah.
Okay.
It
So
slowly
only this
dries
path.
out, as you can see. So,
Mhm.
like, the lighter green is, I'd say, a path would be a strong word, but they've tried to sort of build it up a bit over the potentially years, you're not sure, or months, to, you know, as they go, build it up a bit more. So eventually there'll be a sort of raised walkway, but that's about as far as they've got so far.
Is this potentially a small clearing? Or is that just not mapped out?
No, I wouldn't go that far. That's probably just there's a root system there or something like
Okay,
that.
so we'll put up the dome like on the side of the path down here. How big is it?
I think it just
Yeah.
says you can fit 8 people in it. I don't know if it actually
Yeah,
has.
it's a 10-foot radius mobile dome.
What does the dome actually do? Sorry.
It is effectively an opaque dome of not being able to die, where nothing can pass through unless I say it can pass through, unless it is dispelled.
Oh, so it's just like epic bubble shield.
Yeah, but it takes me 10 minutes to set up.
But, however, for instance, nothing can pass through the dome. However, things can come under it, etc. It is a half
Yes.
sphere. So, water, all that kind of stuff can just seep in under it. So you do need to
Yeah.
bear that in mind.
True. The only thing that I would say it would protect us from quite easily is the fact that unless someone knows what it is, it's unlikely they would try and tunnel into an opaque sphere.
No, I just mean you're setting up in the swamp on the ground.
Yeah, on the drier part, right?
Or on the drier path, you're correct.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't have much other choice.
I mean, other. I have a cantrip called Shape Water. I can either move water away, or I can freeze the ground. If there are no animals.
How long does that last for?
Uh,
1 hour. Yeah, it's like mold earth, but for water.
I would
are we staying here
say,
all night?
I would say, as you guys have cantrips for that.
Mhm.
The only problem you have, Shal, is that it takes you 10 minutes to create the dome, correct?
Yes.
It does. So I'd say you could, with the combination of your cantrips, if
Mhm.
both of you give me Arcana checks, and I will set the DC at a reasonable level, I would say combined with Shape Water and Mold Earth, you're able to extract the moisture out of the earth, harden it, cast away the water, and if you did that enough, there would be a sufficient amount of earth that the water would have to try and seep through, and you could set up your dome in dry land. But I need Arcana checks from both of you, and it's not going to be a simple task. Yep, that ain't happening.
So
So-
I harden the ground and then it just gets wet.
Pretty much.
Quality. Well, we tried. I mean, come on, do you have like a shovel?
Um,
I feel like you'd have a
Use it
shovel.
I'm
fast.
gonna have
Sure.
massive shovel hands. I've got a crowbar.
Excuse me, whilst I just
I've got a
crowbar
shield.
this water
Can I
out
just
Yeah,
of...
you
my
can use a
shield?
shield.
My shield's like a big, it's kind of like a
Scoop
kite
up.
shape. But yeah, I'm sure I could scoop with it.
Sure. Give
Can we dig
me
a little bit of a trench around us?
give me a sleight of hand check, because it's going to be how
Oh,
nimbly
what?
you can hold your shield.
Disadvantage. I was thinking less nimbly
And just
and more just
brute force
absolutely
to the
hammer
ground.
the ground with it.
I mean, you can do that as well if you want, but then you're going to be like taking almost points of damage towards your shield.
Can I use
Okay, I'll
mold
be as
earth?
nimble as
Can I
I
use
can.
mold earth to assist him in like making the ground easier
What are
to
you
dig
guys
away.
trying to achieve? Because you know you
trying
can't
to
get the
make-
water out
So,
because.
sorry, I have to find Daniel. I'll be back in a minute, Dave.
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
Good luck. I was imagining we were making like a little sort of like trench around us to sort of like reduce the ease of water just getting straight back underneath us.
Okay, yeah. So I get we're getting like a sort of sluice trench style
Yeah.
thing. I would say if somebody helped him,
Yeah.
and you guys look through your equipment, see if anybody had anything else that could help, you could do that. But that is a labour-intensive job to dig a trench because you're not talking like 6 inches. There's going to have
Yeah,
to be
no.
substantially deep in order to do
That's
this.
why I was talking about my mold earth, because I can literally just do 5 foot at a time. 5 foot cube at a time to help him out with that.
Yep,
Like maybe if I'm just softening the well, not softening
You've
it,
also
but
got
making
10
it-
minutes to concentrate on that. So that's usually what the Arcana check was for, as to whether or not you could, because it's a cantrip and it basically doesn't require concentration for you to do it, and you can do it without thinking. I was saying that you were molding the earth that's like under you, whilst you're doing the.
Oh no, I was just planning on us maybe taking like half an hour now to do it, and then an extra 10 minutes to set the dome.
Okay, well, as I said, if somebody's willing to help combat unit, because all that's
want
going to
a
happen
shovel?
otherwise is that the water is just going to fill the trench, and you actually end up, if anything, because it's not like it's. I mean, it may be raining, but do you understand? It's like the ground is waterlogged.
Yeah,
So,
I get you.
Doesn't it seem weird that we're right next to some nice warm cabins and we're digging a hole in the mud in the middle of the night?
Well, they're definitely not warm cabins, but
And they are by a fire.
this is true. But they are also tents.
Literally, we're on the only path that gets you there.
I mean, yeah, not necessarily. There was they could have they could be lizard folks. They could have gone up ahead. They could have taken the canoes through the water.
They could have.
Got a plot twist. Could we not cast the dome, but have it like the opposite way around, where like the small bit's on the bottom,
And just have
we're
an open top.
in a teacup sort of thing.
We'll drown if it rains.
I need to be able to draw things on the ground.
Oh,
I think is part of the spell.
curses. Fine. Cast guidance.
So does anyone have a shovel or anything to move dirt with? Or a bucket to help bucket the water out while he does it?
I've got another crowbar.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just strap 2 crowbars together, that's almost a shovel.
I've got a hammer.
Got a sling.
Like a shocking grasp it, but that probably won't help. So I'm gonna stay out of this.
So what I'm hearing is we really need some more tools.
Why don't we just go and sleep in the tent?
I mean, sure. For a second, the ground outside the tents, is that like just as marshy as it is down here?
it is slightly less, purely due to the fire and the fact that there has been some active, like you can see here that they've kind of sloped the edges a bit so that they can like have runoff. So any water that does rain in does come out. They've tried to build it up a bit using stones and things to try and keep it a bit sturdier.
In that case, can I attempt to with hopefully the help of probably combat unit, just get a bunch of the campfire ash, put it like here, and then set up the dome here?
Sure.
Like using the ash to help draw the moisture out.
Just an idea. I don't know the repercussions of us staying up, but maybe these guys have gone and wandered off. Why don't we just stealthily wait in the plants and wait for them to come back? Because
Or
the
if they
fire's
don't come
still going.
back.
They're not far. And
True,
then
what if they're gone for a couple of days?
maybe, but when they lit the fire die down. I feel like the canoes are here. The canoes haven't disappeared.
They could have more.
Good. But us sleeping when we have the opportunity to potentially catch them while they're sleeping.
I mean, we'll have someone on watch anyway, so if they come back, we can always just wake everyone up.
Okay.
Alright, my vote is for like campfire ash, mold earth shenanigans, and a dome here that's like coloured in green.
Yeah,
Try and blend in.
I'll help anyone as long as we can sleep soon. Like, if we don't make this thing in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to go pull out my sleeping bag and sleep in the canoe.
It's a really good shout.
Yeah.
Nice canoe. Nice dome over the canoe.
Mm.
If only. So yeah, campfire ash, mold earth shenanigans, shovels here, and then dome, and just hope for the best.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I pull out my my mess kit and find the biggest spoon I've got to help dig.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah.
Oh, I have a shallow bowl. That's coming out. Absolutely.
Shallow bowl.
Shallow bowl is out. Johnny is hands and knees, like helping this thing,
Yeah.
casting guidance while he's doing it.
I have a cup. Someone can have a cup if they want. You can go double-handed.
I'm gonna keep watch.
Double-handed
Wait,
cup.
I've got a cooking pan.
Like everyone's just getting excited at what they can use for a shovel.
I just love how people are finally looking at their equipment. That's what always makes me laugh.
I have battered half plate. I can use that. It's a big sheet of metal.
It's like when people are like, "No, I've got no way of getting up that mountain," and the DM is like, "You sure? Yeah, no, we're gonna have to go the long way." And then like 20 sessions later, they're like, "Hey,
Pittons.
I've got climbing pittons and rope." DM's like, "Yep, have since session 1, but okay."
Yeah, it's pretty good. I have like nothing because I think I took like the Scholar's Pack.
Fair.
But yeah, so set up, and then I guess we'll start watches.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep watch first. While you guys, because I'm injured and you guys are digging.
You're injured. Surely you should take the last one.
Last watch.
I'll get the first one. Bearing in mind, all of these are going to be with 77, aren't they?
They
Right.
will. It will be
It's passive.
against combat units passive though,
Yeah,
because
which is not
he's
particularly high.
not actively. He
Searching.
can do one set at actively looking, but he does have to go into a low power mode, which means he
Mhm.
cannot be actively scanning. It's basically his for want of a better word, his receptors are locked in place, and there's a cone of vision and
Yeah.
things. Same way if you were like daydreaming or in sort of like falling asleep, how your senses are
Dulled.
dulled. That's what state he goes into. It's still useful because he can basically just sit at the end of a corridor and he will notice a
Anything that comes
relatively
through that
obvious
corridor.
thing. But as has happened before when he's been on watch, people have been able to get past and do things like, nick your deck of many things.
Yeah. Didn't have to bring that up, Dave. Low blow.
I'll take the first watch then. First couple of hours is on me.
Shao will also stay up the first couple hours, but he will put his blanket down and sit on it, and he will start inscribing his scroll of comprehend languages into his book.
Okay, so you're either taking the watch or you're doing.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I'm spending my.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
spending
you're
2 hours
awake
to do
during
that.
the watch, but you're not. Okay, fine.
Correct. Not actively searching though. Plus, it only takes an hour, so for the second hour, I will be watching.
Perfect.
I'll add that to my spell list.
Okay, I'm just having a look at something.
Comprehend.
Okay, so can I just please get who is taking first watch?
That'd be me.
Johnny?
And I am guidance. I'm fully guidance.
Okay,
like
you're
Thrall.
fully guidanced. Combat unit, you're still down in the swamp, so I'm going to move you up.
He is also speaking to.
Yeah, he's on the
Mr.
phone,
Dan.
isn't he?
He is indeed. He is speaking to Mr. Bossman.
Mr. Bossman.
So anybody else helping with the first watch? Nope.
I'll help
Okay.
the first watch.
I thought you were sleeping for the first watch.
Well, is
Yeah,
the
you're
done all
injured.
done?
It's
Okay.
bedtime.
All right. I'm going to, if I can, take a long rest.
Okay. So, Johnny, can you give me a perception check, please?
You got it, boss man. That definitely requires the guidance to get involved with that. Which is a D4. Oh,
Very nice.
so blessed.
Okay, so as you are sat there, you're just twiddling your thumbs. You're like, tonight's a good night. I'm happy. Oh, that pretty little birdie. Oh no, wait, it's a bat. Oh, just got eaten. Oh, and you kind of just, moseying on about. Your watch comes to an end. Nothing appears to have happened.
Excellent. I thank Lord Grave, after a good night's work, me just blessing him, and wander into the dome. And
for reference, you can see out of the dome just fine.
You can't see into the dome from
You can't
outside.
see into it, but you can see out.
Oh, I was outside doing this, so I probably should have been inside, but hey. Cool. Well, I go in, and I'm like, whoever's next doesn't need to stand outside. You can see everything from in here. And I'm gonna go to
He
sleep.
says, looking at everyone else who has been looking outside.
God damn it.
So who are you waking to take the next watch? Who you'd arrange to take the next watch?
I don't think we hadn't arranged anything. I know Ara's got the last one, so I'm gonna go wake Shal up.
Shal staring at him, still awake. It's like, why are you looking at me?
You're up, bud. You're on watch.
But no.
Why no?
I was awake the whole time you were.
Oh,
I was inscribing my spell.
God damn it! Who do we think we should get up? Who's less likely to bite my ear off, Kane or Meninla?
Probably Manila.
I go and start like nudging Minnie and be like, Minnie, you're up. You're
I
up.
turn into a wolf. No, we don't.
Seeing this
What?
immediately casting resistance. Yeah, mate. Minnie, you're on watch.
What?
Coast is clear for the first couple of hours. I'm sure everything will be fine for the second couple of hours. I'm
All
getting
right.
some sleep.
Good night.
Don't wake me.
Good night.
I take it that means I'm awake then.
It does indeed. I need you to give me a perception check, please.
Big.
Don't jinx it. This isn't gonna last.
So, combat unit you can see is kind of looking somewhere down in this region. Right, you can see that, and you're like, okay, cool. He's got that bit covered. And as you're scanning, you're just like, oh, I can hear like water moving, and you're like, just be some sort of like animal or whatever. And had you not rolled a 20, you'd have not clocked the 4 canoes worth of lizard folk who were turning up to come back to their campsite.
How well stealthed is the dome? Not very, I'm guessing.
I mean, you've made it can turn to a colour.
Yeah, it's just like murky green, but green.
Immediately cast pass without trace.
Okay.
Yeah. Shao kind of tried to make it into camo, then realised it was one colour, so it was just one part of the camo all over.
Okay. Well, let's see. It's not exactly going to be a height. I mean, their passive perception's 13. They're going to notice.
They'd say it.
They're going to notice that, like, there's all of a sudden this big greeny
20-foot dome.
Yeah, dome just in a campsite that wasn't there like 3 hours ago. What are you guys doing?
Still asleep.
I feel like I'm kicking people awake.
Okay, has it been a few hours? Could I at least have had a short rest?
It is.
I think it was 2 hours.
Definitely been 2 hours.
Yeah, it's not kind of how it works. I don't think you get a short rest if you get interrupted during your long rest, because the idea.
A really good question.
I'm pretty sure what happens is basically you go into a deep sleep. So the fact that you're woken up basically means that you kind of undo it. I mean, Tom, if you just want to quickly Google whilst I'm setting something up.
Can an interrupted long rest be used? Yes, it can, provided the time they had already rested fulfills the amount of tires for a short rest.
Okay, then there you go. Yes, it
But
can.
bearing in mind, this is literally just like a general consensus. So it's definitely DM by DM.
Yeah.
So how much do I...
You can use as many hit die as you want.
Well, that you have left.
Yeah. I don't think
So
D&D Beyond actually tracks that though, annoyingly.
You have to track it manually, but it does.
So I've done 6 health.
No, as in like if you use them all, I think on a long rest it just resets it.
Long rest does reset it, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think you
That's
can
what
do
I'm
as many as you want.
Yeah, you can do up to 5.
Yeah. No, so what we're talking about is on D&D Beyond. So you only gain your levels amount, which is half. It's always going to be like half your level, so half your amount of hit die per long rest. So what we're just saying is if you use all of the hit die now, you need to like remember that you've not used some, because D&D Beyond doesn't keep track of that. It just resets them.
Got you.
You can click how many you've used. Yeah, so there's like little boxes, so you can click them off.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but if you then press long rest, unless they've updated an update recently, it was resetting all of that.
I am not sure.
Nobody can really test because nobody's had a long
Oh
rest.
no, it does say recover up to. If you just click long rest without confirming it, it says up to 3 hit dice for me.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
how it
well,
works. My other game, but maybe it's recent.
As I say,
Yeah,
maybe
I
it's
got up to
recent.
2.
Well, I'm now up to full health, so...
Cool.
Are we
Yes.
awake at this point? Is Minnie like thoroughly woken us all?
I have kicked you in the side.
She has indeed.
Wow.
I need everyone to make me a stealth check. Everyone bar Minnie at disadvantage.
Sounds good.
Because you're
Aren't
being
we all-
woken. You're being. You've got
Kicked
plus
awake.
10 because you've cast Pass Without a Trace. But the fact that you've literally just walked up to some of them and just shaken them awake, kicked them awake, then the automated response would be like, "The fuck's wrong with you?" rather than, "Sorry, what's going on?" So.
Well, I've just rolled a nat 1.
But
There's one nat 1.
you're the only one who's without disadvantage, so that is still a nat 1.
You're about to say, but oh wait.
I mean, it's technically 13.
It would be if it hadn't have been a nat 1.
Do you want to roll for Dave? Dave?
I will do. He has disadvantage on stealth anyway.
How disadvantaged is this roll?
Come on, I believe in the back-to-back nat 20s. No,
Nope.
It's gone. Nope.
can it get worse?
Basically, what's happened is I've tripped over him. That's what's happened.
Kane, I need you to roll again, please.
Yeah,
It's a disadvantage.
it's fine. You're gonna get higher.
How do I do that at disadvantage?
Just
You
click
just
on
roll
roll it again.
Take the lower.
I
So-
see. Okay.
So Kane, somehow sensing what's going on, manages to, whilst at disadvantage, roll a 33 stealth check and just gets it slowly, completely silent, and Kane just kind of hears in the head, "That's it, nice and steady, we've got this." Okay, what are you guys doing? They've definitely heard you. They've definitely heard something, and they're definitely making their way towards you.
I'm gonna put my hand on Minnie and just give her some guidance, and be like, "Lord G, this one," and I'm gonna say, "Minnie, do you recognise any of these? Do you recognise any of these being the one that was with us that got away? I don't know if they've got any defining features, but
I was gonna
Oh, I
say,
don't know. Let me just
if
sort of.
Dave, before
have a
you
look.
move all of them. All right,
I'm moving them as you're talking. You've
Yeah,
still
no,
not
I
told
was-
me what you're doing.
I was trying
So-
to wait for it to do that. I was gonna say I was gonna prep church house shifting ground before they all surround us.
Nope, it's literally you guys have woken
I
up.
didn't want to interrupt them.
extra D4, Minnie.
That's fair. But yeah, all right. Well then, I mean, as that is done, then Shower's casting shadow shifting grounds. He is not waiting any longer.
Okay, I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Oh, fucking...
sake.
Oh, fuck, I didn't click my token.
You did
Oh.
not click your token. I'm going to
Ah!
split this into odds and evens because I'm not rolling for 11 lizard folk
How dare you?
easily.
That is fair.
Oh, sugar.
Well, you didn't have to do that.
Rude.
Oh, nat 20, I'll take that. Woo!
Would I get my spell off initially because that is what initiated the combat? Because all they could see was a dome.
They've not initiated combat. You have.
Yeah,
Like-
so exactly. So does that spell go off before their initiative?
I would say yes, but that's what happened. So it's a case of like you've gone bam. Is Shell Shifting Grounds concentration?
It is not. Plus, neither is the dome.
Can you cast magic through your dome?
I cannot.
So you
That is
have
correct.
dispelled. Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, I don't think you can.
Well, no. Shell attempts to cast it outside, looks at his hand, nothing happens, and the dome is still up. Effectively. I can't. Like, he wouldn't have thought to dispel the domes. He's never actually used it before. Well, not used a spell whilst inside it before.
Yeah. So you basically reach your hand out, and as you reach your hand out, it just clears the edge, and you cast Shell Shifting Grounds. I'll allow that because I'd say you would know, or at least have an inkling, or if nothing else, you'd just be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Are any
I
of these the
will
one that got,
ask you though to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Sure. What specifically for? Because I may have a bonus.
Because all of a sudden this opaque rock mutters and a hand shoots out of it. So
Is that a spell?
no, that's you. Like you are.
Oh, wait.
You're casting this spell outside of the dome. They've just got this opaque dome that they can't see into, and all of a sudden they hear muttering movement, and all of a sudden this hand juts out at them, casting magic. That's what it's for.
Ah. So, I'm confused why I'm making a saving throw for. Is it, you mean like just a check to see how fast I can do it?
How fast you can recoil your hand before somebody stabs the fuck out of it.
Ah, got you. Oh, wait, hang on a second. I have advantage on dex saves anyway, so that was a waste.
Yep.
But good clarifications. Huge.
Nice. Okay, I highly doubt that any of them is going to do this. This is not their turn. This is like almost their reaction to just having a hand coming out. One is going to try and hit you with their heavy club.
No, don't.
No. So it's just like whack-a-mole. You just hear this poof, and he just bam and tries to hit it, but you're able to quickly pull it back in time. So where are you casting Shell Shifting Grounds?
I will draw it.
I was going to say, I will say you will have to be quick, so it's not going to be incredibly strategically placed, if that makes sense.
Sure. Well, in that case, to be a bit more fair, I mean, it's hard to do it not too strategic, like the least strategically, but where he would have cast it would be there.
That's
It would have
fine.
just been out the front.
That's absolutely fine. You've just basically leaned over Kane as she's getting up, punched your hand through the dome, cast Shell Shifting Grounds. So they need to make dexterity saving throws, right?
Indeed.
Four
Four.
dexterity saving throws coming up. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4.
Success, fail, fail.
Okay, so 10
I
and
will cast
3
it. Oh.
success.
25 damage on a fail, 12 on a success.
Nice. So they are stuck, right? So I'm going to do them with arrows in their back just to implement that they are being...
They are grappled, and the rest of it is rough terrain.
Cool. So how much damage was that? 25?
25 to fails.
Mate, they are dead.
Big. Big spells.
So who was that? That was number 6 and number 8.
So we no longer have the dome, do we?
You do
Yeah, we
not.
do.
Well,
we
you
don't.
do, but you can't do anything in it.
Yeah, you can't shoot things out of it. I mean, I don't think you can.
Just put up the spell.
Doing that now.
Okay. Creatures and objects inside
yeah,
can move
can't
freely.
see. Yeah, okay, cool. The space inside is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather. Oh, that's rain though. That's not underground wetness. That's fair. Cool.
Cool.
There you go. And other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. So it's comfortable and dry regardless of the outside weather, but it's because the water would seep through. So it's the equivalent of like if you put it on the a swimming pool or something.
Yeah.
The water's still going to get through. Okay, so and that is 3 and 10. I need to. So they're on. Okay, it is now the odds turn. So, them having seen this, are going to pull back because they're gonna like kind of poke at it, seeing that nothing can get through. Yep. Just put that away, so I'll just have to roll it. Okay. So you guys see this guy disappear under the water. He thinks he's pretty well hidden, but I think you guys can tell he's not. Combat, and it would get an attack of opportunity.
But things cannot pass through it, so...
Exactly. Well, no, objects can pass through it. Creatures and objects within the dome can pass, when you cast the spell, can move through it freely.
Cool.
So he can, but it's a case of like, you can't, nothing can hit you back. So it's
cool.
One attack of opportunity. Shower, as I said, that's kind of like your sort of reaction to cast that, because you were casting it first. So I mean, if you want to use your reaction, you can. Oh, he has to stay. It's up to you.
I'm not going to hit him though.
Okay, cool.
What I do is I can stab him with my stone.
Hey, you never know.
I have passive perception 18.
Yeah, so you do see that guy, but he's pretty well hidden.
Cool.
Okay, that's the odds turn. Most of them, they're...
I'm back and I've missed all the fun, right?
No, it's just started. Effectively, they all appeared, I cast a spell, and now combat has started.
Indeed. You haven't actually got initiative order yet, and this is the very first one, so if you want to click on your token and roll for initiative. Nice. Cool. You do instantly get an attack of opportunity on this guy here as he tries to run away. Just checking, is that an... Yeah, that is a 5.
Smack!
So, combat unit, do you want to...
Yeah, sure. Which one am I attacking?
This guy, he's run away.
I see. I was like, there's no one near me. Yes.
I mean, that fucking hits. So what's that? That is 17 points of bludgeoning damage, and he is rooted to the spot. I've also marked off the wrong one. Is that 6? Oh, that's 5. Have I put 5 twice? I have. That's the reason why that didn't work. Okay, fine. So, just for the sake of ease, you are now number 6. Cool. Okay, so you did, what did I say? 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Bonk.
He's looking pretty fucked up. He's looking pretty hurt. So you just see, like, as this guy, you just, and as he tries to pull back, Combo just goes, no, just kind of awakens from Mini kind of like waking him up, going back to like full immersed mode. You see the lights kind of flicker and come back in full brightness. He's like, and just, nope, lizard folk is staying still. So that is their turn. Shout, it is now your turn.
Alright, I'm going to turn to the entire group and say, keep at least one alive. We don't know where we're going. And I will cast a level 2 sleep. Just 20-foot radius. 20-foot radius is huge.
Can you just pass out on the map for us, please?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that, effectively. So I will move it to the right so it encompasses one. No, I'll just leave it there because it's not going to do all of them.
Okay, so 3 of them need to. It's their hit points.
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it?
so it's this plus an extra 2d8. Wow, amazing. 22 HP worth of lizard.
I mean, this guy is asleep because can't bet you just fucked him up. Unfortunately, you don't manage to get any of the others. They kind of look a bit. They're like, and they kind of shake themselves loose.
Cool. I'll just say that one lives, and that's my turn.
That's its sleep over, isn't it? Because it doesn't like stay in effect.
Yeah, so I'll delete it.
It's cool. Okay, Johnny, you're up. What are you doing? You've just seen Shao kind of like separate the ground a bit. A couple of the lizard folk sink to about their waist and then just be crushed to death. 2 run away. Third one went to go and run away. Combat unit just fucking took out his kneecaps with a single strike, keeping him solid. Shao then immediately put him to sleep. What are you doing?
How big are these lizard folk?
They're pretty tall, he says, checking. They're humanoid, so I'd say like 6 foot or something.
Cool. Would you say, is this guy lying down straight, or is he lying down? Is he lying down within a 5-foot square?
Sorry, which guy? He's lying down where?
The sleepy boy.
He's just kind of curled up, just tucked his tail into his mouth, having a bit, bit like suckling on it a bit.
Cool. I'm going to cast Minor Illusion on that 5x5 square, and I'm going to make it just a big old tree.
Okay.
5x5 sort of like big, like a bush, like a classic, like you run and jump into the bush to hide, like, yeah, that kind of bush, big brush. Just to cover him up, because I don't want anyone slapping him awake.
Okay, I will put a very generic bush.
Yes, that is exactly what I was going for. Obviously thicker bush, but that's great.
More definition.
No.
Like a defined bush.
Out of control, like coverage.
There you go, it's got some flowers on it.
Amazing, yeah.
It's got some more flowers.
Johnny's impressed at the definition he's been able to put on this spell.
I'm very proud.
Yep. Hey, I didn't never go to art school for a reason,
And with that, I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. Alright, so Ara, you're up. What are you doing?
Okay, so. Okay, I'm gonna go and jab this guy.
You're just gonna straight up stab him?
I'm gonna stab him. I'm gonna shove my sword through everything, berries and stuff. I don't care if he sees me. I'm ready to start this fight.
Okay, so you hear this as he's trying to work out what's going on, seeing his friends back off, and just all of a sudden you just hear, as the sword just appears. Yep.
Sorry. And I go in and I'm like, I give him a good jab, and I'm guessing that I could see him, so it's probably too late to do Horde Breaker. So
Horde Breaker's only with your bow, I believe, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I've gone in and I've hit him, and then I'm gonna hit him again.
You do that.
Stab.
Stab.
Oh, that is
Horde Breaker isn't just bow, BT dubs, just weapon attack, not melee weapon.
Oh, interesting. In that case, then yeah, you can bonus action Horde Breaker if you wish.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I mean, you can do it after this roll anyway. That does hit, so he takes a further 10 piercing damage. He's looking pretty fucked up. He's looking almost exactly as fucked up as this guy here. Not that guy here. Yeah, that guy there.
Should be in that bush.
Yeah, that bush.
That's why you can find them.
Nice.
Cool. Wow.
So,
yeah. Well, I'll wait.
interestingly, actually, it doesn't matter because they are out of range, so you cannot hit the others. You only have 5-foot reach, so you would not be able to. They'd have to be stood there.
So, yeah, then that's all I can do. And then, can I don't, I can't, I don't want to move out.
Okay, she's staying. You want to move to
I'm going
there?
to stay. I'm going to stay.
What are you doing? You staying where you are?
I'm staying.
Okie doke. All right, Minnie, you're up. What are you doing?
Did we decide that we can't cast spells outside of this circle?
I mean, unfortunately, it literally says you can't. Spells
is
and other
fine.
magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it.
That's fine. If I go here, would it be the same as like sticking my hand out?
Yeah, sure. I'd say you could like lean halfway out of it.
Okay, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna cast Moonbeam.
Where are you casting it? Because as much as you can see inside
Can
the
I
dome,
see that one?
you can. I was gonna say, because when you're outside of it, you can't see past the dome.
No, I just want to see. Oh, I'm zooming. I want that one.
You want that
That
one?
one.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
Okay.
Oh, I have to actually cast it now, don't I? That would help, wouldn't it?
You do indeed. And because I believe that's the rough size of Moonbeam.
It's a 5 foot, isn't it?
That's what I thought.
It says 5 foot there.
In a 5-foot radius, so it'd be 10 foot wide, 10 foot high.
Yeah, so I was right. That's 10 foot, so almost
Oh, well,
halfway.
if it's 10 foot wide, am I able to see that point there?
I mean, you would have known that. I'd have said through when you were in the dome, you could see him. So yes, and they obviously make those Constitution checks for 10 radiant damage on their turn.
Mm-hmm. As lovely Mr. Alex pointed out.
Indeed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In which case, that's me.
Perfect. Okay. It is now their turn, so they will make those Constitution saving throws. Kane, you're on deck, so be ready. And for the first one, and for the second one. Unfortunately, they're both able to make it, so they only take half damage, which is
5 and 5.
Indeed it is. Tell you what, the one that you stabbed, though, is looking pretty rough there, Ara. Okay, so they are going to back the fuck up. Yep, that's all of the evens. And that is their turn. Kane, what are you doing?
Kane is going to cut open her hand for her Crimson Right.
Nice.
So I only take 1, don't I?
You do indeed.
Yeah. And she is going to come out here and attack that guy straight in front of her.
Okay, just so you know, this square is rough terrain, so in order for you to have gone there, you'd have used 5, 10, 15, 20 feet to get there.
20 feet. Okay. That is not a problem.
Okay, yep. Swing. So the first one definitely hits. Second one, unfortunately, does not. So you do 10 slashing damage and 1 cold damage. He is looking weak, but unfortunately, just still up. Just still up.
Net ones.
And then to get back to where I was, I will use my feline agility to get back into safety.
You don't need to. You got like 30 feet of movement. You should be able to.
Did I not? You said that was 20, and then
20. So
I think it's 5 over, isn't it?
Oh no, so you're right. Sorry, yeah, you'd need 5 more feet. However, whilst you're out there, they were all holding their actions for when they could see an enemy. because they could not see
See an
anyone.
enemy.
Indeed, for a seeing enemy, they're very particular. So, they are all going to launch their javelins at you. So,
Good.
I
uh,
just need
I
to check.
mean,
For style points, can we say since it would have been as she's running out, I can use my reaction to use my coat to deflect missiles like we did before and grab one out of the way from like one down here or from this one?
As soon as she stood still to attack is when they would have launched. They'd have waited for an opportune moment. These guys are hunters, so you know, why hit a moving target when you don't have to?
Fair enough.
Right, okay, so let's see. Literally, I'd say this guy doesn't have line of sight on you, but pretty much everyone else does. But I don't know if he's got the range, so just give me a second. Again, for some reason, the maps. Oh no, map is right. Don't think he has.
It's a disadvantage.
He does actually. He has 30 feet. So 7 people. Here we go.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So 21, 20, 24, and a 19. I no hit. So you take 6, 13, 24, 29 points of piercing damage.
okie dokie.
So you just watch as Kane goes out there, and it's like that last scene from 300, where it's just like the sky goes dark with javelins, and Kane's going, ha ha, and then just, as all of a sudden she's just sat there impaled.
Well,
okay.
I'll be using my vampire's touch next time.
Like a porcupine.
And you are going back here, right?
I'll limp back.
Indeed.
What happened to
A
you?
wounded cat.
Ara, you would have actually got an attack of opportunity as this guy moved away. So number 2, do you want to just quickly do that? Because actually that might be one less roll for you to take. 16 does hit. He does go down. So I just realised that you would have killed him. So let's see. 4 was the 21. 1 was the 20. Unfortunately, he rolled an 8. So unfortunately, he would have missed anyway. Okay. Combo unit, you're up. What are you doing?
Cool. So 77's very confused because the guy he was fighting in front of him has just turned into a bush.
Yep.
So what he's going to do is, SOP, Shield of Faith. So straight away, bonus action, Field of Faith. And then he's going to just push past this bush now and go and smash these two up down here.
Sure.
So he's going to move this way.
If you can just cast, if you can just cast Shield of Faith in the chat, please. Thank you. And you will take 1 attack as number 9, who wasn't able to fire, is going to try and throw his javelin at you.
Roger.
He hit a 24.
No, but 19 wasn't far off it though.
He needs to quit.
Yep.
Cool. And then the guy immediately to 77 south is going to get a wailing with the Warhammer.
Understood. Just imagine these lizard folk have seen a weird dome in their tent. They've gone to, investigate. All of a sudden, a hand come out. 2 guys have just been crushed to death. Then all of a sudden, there's this moonbeam just appeared in the midnight sky, blasting them with radiant energy. This weird cat woman's run out and just attacked them. They've thrown javelins. She's run back in, and now a robot has just come charging out of the dome and is wailing on this guy.
77 doesn't understand. He just woke up and there was lots of shouting, so he's killing people now. That's what he does.
That is fair.
They may be friendly. Who knows? They're not anymore.
We were trying to be diplomatic with the last lot of lizard folk. Look how that ended up.
That definitely hits. So he does take 11 bludgeoning damage.
Cool. And then we'll go for my second attack.
Tonk.
That definitely hits. He's looking very, very weak.
And that's it.
Okay. It is now the Odd's turn. These 2 here are obviously going to wail on you, because they can.
Tempt.
So that one's going to close in just to help out. So the 3 of them are going to attack with advantage, and they do have multi-attack.
Smack, 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 smack.
Indeed. So
12.
first one's going to go for bite and a heavy club.
Oh,
Take 12 piercing damage.
And
Is that
concentration
concentration check,
Yeah.
please?
Shield of Faith.
12 or higher you need.
Concentration for 10 minutes. 12 or higher? 10 or higher?
10 higher.
It's
No,
half
it's
damage.
half
10
damage. Oh, sorry. Yes, sorry.
10.
Sorry. I looked at the hit of 24 and I was like, what? Yeah, sorry.
That's all big lizard folk.
Jesus.
Sorry, combat unit, can you roll a constitution saving throw, please?
Ooh.
You no longer have Shield of Faith up. You are
Oh,
down on your armor. So you now
Holy
are just...
22.
You're only 22, indeed. Which means the
next-
23 did hit. So you took 12 piercing and 7 bludgeoning from the first attack. Second one's going to go in with a spike shield and a heavy club.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my
Calm
God.
down, Dave.
Does a
Can
21
anyone-
hit? Does a
no,
21
it doesn't.
It doesn't. So you just see this spike
Well,
shield come in.
22.
You're like, nope! And you manage to just kind of deflect that as then he just comes in with this big heavy club. Bam! Dealing you 10 bludgeoning damage. Fucking loving this. Managed to get hits on combat unit. Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Second one, after dispensing with his javelins, is going to see what's gone on. Try to replicate the same. It's going to go for a heavy club and spike shield combo. Yep, so that 24 definitely hits. So you take 10 bludgeoning damage. And then you're kind of like wailing fury. You're able to kind of like knock back the spike shield before it does any damage to you. Okay. Yep, you got all
What's
that
that
noted
in
down?
total? No, what's that in total?
So,
Because there's so many rolls there.
39.
27. More than 31.
39.
That might be an issue because combat's health is 39.
10, 20,
yeah,
27.
it is. It's
No.
39.
Oh, yeah, it is. You're right.
Yep.
Exactly 39.
37 is 37. 77 is down.
What was your health?
First time.
What is going on?
39.
39. Okay. Yep. Combat unit is unconscious.
Total health is 39.
Okay, cool.
That's
So,
so
yeah.
unfortunate. Exactly enough. 3 crits.
Feels good to be the DM. Right. So rarely I get to do anything like that. Okay, well, these two up here, feeling a bit spirited in. I'm really tempted to get... No, they wouldn't. They know there's more in there. They're going to hold their actions, waiting for anybody to come out. Shao, it is your turn. You've just seen combat unit run out, swing, hit, badly wound one of them, and then just get absolutely dogpiled by these lizard folk and goes down.
Shao will immediately run out the dome, dropping it.
Yep, so the dome is no more.
10, 15, 20. And I will reach down to combat unit and cast Cure Wounds with the Ring of Spell Storing that Johnny thankfully gave me.
He did indeed. So
slash 1d8 plus. And it would have, Johnny, what's your bonus? What's your charisma?
Well, it's not charisma, it's wisdom. So it's +2.
+2. So you regain 7 hit points, combat unit.
Yeah, boy.
So you just as you go, you just feel all of a sudden this guy, you feel somebody just put a hand on your back. You just go as you come back awakened, but
stay down for long.
prone.
But prone. And I don't have bonus actions, so that was 25 feet. So now I'm just going to be here and like, all right, good luck.
Okay. Yep. Okay, Johnny, it's your turn. What are you doing? You've seen combat unit go down. Shao bring him back up. But you now see Shao surrounded by quite a few people. In fact, I said they'd hold their action for anybody else coming out. So they're going to throw some spears at you,
That's
Shao.
all right. They're going to miss.
So 1 javelin, 2 javelin. Oh, but are they?
You know, you really don't need to crit so much. I will.
Hey, I never get hit on combat unit, okay? This is like the best I've ever rolled.
I will use my robe to. Oh, do I want to do that?
100%.
I don't know if I want to. No. I'm not going to. I'm going to let that hit for good reason.
Okay, so you take 10 piercing
da-
damage. Does a 14 hit you?
14 does not. AC
Okay,
15.
so as you kind of like dodge out of the way of one, you fall straight flight path into the other one. As you feel your robe try and reach out and like intercept it, it kind of wraps around it slightly, but your kind of will of like, I have a plan, makes it fade as it just a big solid chunk into you.
Mhm.
Okay, Johnny, what are you doing? Sorry.
Johnny is just going to be a little bit, oh god. And I'll explain why after combat. But I'm going to move across over to here, and I will cast. Are any of these wonderful lizard folk here hurt in any way? I'm sure the one combat unit was wailing on.
Yes, this guy's pretty hurt.
That man's getting told the deaded, which is, I believe, Wisdom DC 16.
Okay. They are wise. Oh,
Not enough.
just not enough. Just not enough. As he feels these bells ringing in his head, you see this kind of wry smile as he's like, nah, and then you see the blood just coming out of his ears, and he's a dead lizard.
Wow, that's great.
Also, as a bonus action, gonna pop off a first level healing word to Mr. 77.
Is that bonus action?
It is indeed.
Okay, cool.
Second level. I mean, fine. It is what it is. I did call second level, so just have it.
Cool. Okay, so combat, you can heal for a further 9 healing hit points.
Nice one. Cheers, peeps.
Thought you were the healer.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Well, I mean, technically Johnny is a cleric, just only 1 level.
I'll wait until after combat, but
Trainee cleric.
Devastated.
Ara is
I feel okay. Got you.
Ara is now up. What are you doing?
Okay, so horde break on him. Go for the longbow.
There is no one within 5 feet of another person, so you can attack with your bow for sure.
Okay, I will attack with my bow. And
Which one are you going for? Sorry.
That one.
Okay, cool. Yep.
And I've gone in.
That definitely hits. That one does not, and you know what we have to do now.
Well, he's not going to hit combat unit, right?
Let's see.
No.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need you to roll me a d6, please. On a 1, it's you. On a 2, it's Shao. 3 Kane, 4 combat unit. So that is Shao. Shao, I need so Ara, I need you to roll me a d10 to see if he takes any damage or what percentage.
I'm sorry.
Doesn't take any damage. So as the arrow flies towards him, you just watch
the javelin.
you just watch, like, with the javelin, he just kind of like, there's still sticking in his chest, he goes, "Hut!" and like somebody fending it off with a broom, just knocks the arrow out of the way. Okay, so that's your action. You still got your bonus action and your movement. What are you doing?
Sorry. Okay. I'm gonna move over here, so I'm in like good sight of the 3.
Okay, so that's 20 feet of movement. Yep.
I've still got an action.
No, you still have a bonus action.
So, is there a point in hunters marking anybody?
Minnie, you're on deck. Yep. You're up next.
Okay, what I'll do is my bonus action. I'm gonna hunters mark him.
Okay, you hunters mark him.
Yeah.
He
And then
is
that's it.
marked. Okay, that is your turn. Minnie, you're up. What are you doing?
It's free to dispel my moonbeam, isn't it?
Yeah, you can do it at will anytime.
Yeah, so that's gone. I'm going to bonus action cast Healing Spirit,
Oh,
Okay.
it's heals.
and I'm
Cute.
going to put it right on 77.
Yes, everyone loves 77.
It's pretty cool.
And so he can have 1d6 health, I think.
So it would be. I'm just looking at this. I think it would be on his turn he would get it. Because whenever a creature moves into the spirit space for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there, you can cause the spirit to restore 1d6 hit points.
Okay.
So great.
Hang on, whoa, sorry. Combat unit. Can you just...
Yes.
I've just read something about that spell. I just need to look at your character sheet.
Oh,
Ooh.
I've
Ooh.
just noticed it as well.
You are a construct, sir.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Does that mean he's not a creature?
It clearly states the spirit can't heal constructs or undead.
Ah.
Yeah. Am I
Oh, well. at
technically a
least-
construct? What's...
Yeah.
Yes, I am, yeah.
I don't know what it
Thought
says,
there.
but definitely in
But
my
yeah, it
world.
makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
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 Well,
I would say the same
it's
thing.
there. There's just like a random health point over there.
It doesn't have like a negative
Hello.
effect on me, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, literally, one of your racial traits is constructed resilience. So
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I would say you're probably a construct.
You also
Ah,
don't
well.
sleep or eat or drink.
Yeah.
Cool. So the spirit kind of constructor, the spell can heal a number of times equal to 1 plus your spellcasting modifier. So how many? What is your modifier?
4.
Okay, cool. So that basically you can heal on separate times 4 times.
Mhm.
So Shal and Johnny, who will probably need it, can heal. Can be healed.
So that was my bonus action.
That was indeed. Sorry.
Did
Fortunately,
we
there's not.
decide that turning into a wild chick takes up an action?
It does for you because you're not a moon druid.
That is fine. I would like to be a bear, please.
I'd like to be a bear.
Oh yeah.
Grr,
It's coming back.
grr.
All I'm going to do is just GM layer your token. So there we go. I can still see you on the order. Don't worry, you are there.
Okay.
So let me now give you control of that. Oh, no. So you're just giving it to the other druid. There we go. Where are you? Mina. There you go. Have a bear.
Yee. Grr. Grr. I am now done.
Okay. Is that it? You're not going to move anywhere or do anything?
No, I'm going to stay where I am.
Okie doke. Right. It is now the evens turn. So they're going to try and close in. So they've got, especially now that they've seen that you just appeared, 30 feet. So you can get to about there. He can get within range. And that is they're the only evens still standing. Everyone, all the other ones got killed. So, number 10 is going to try and javelin you because you've just like hulked out into a bear, and it's like, nope, just immediately throws a javelin. Does an 11 hit a bear?
I am an 11.
So that does hit. So as you just go, you just go as this javelin just impales into your side, and you take 5 piercing damage.
Constitution saving throw.
Yep, you do need to make a Constitution saving throw to keep your wild shape, I believe. No, to keep the
healing spirit.
the healing spirit. Yeah, not a problem. As you're trying to recover from this guy here is going to attack you. So he's going to try and smash you with your spike shield and hit you with the heavy club.
Yep.
So with the spike shield, you just smashes you. As you go to put your paws in the way to like deflect the blast. Unfortunately, it ends up impaling you on the shield slightly, taking 6 piercing damage. The heavy club, though, you see coming and you're able to duck out of the way. I need another concentration check, please. So Constitution saving throw, 10 or above, and you're good.
From me.
Yep.
Mhm.
Every time you get hit, perfectly.
So
Perfectly fine.
what do I that 12 I think I get. So do I take another 8?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Is your bear form still up?
It is.
Yeah.
Then you're
Oh,
fine.
beefy bear.
I am a beefy bear.
Indeed. Right, Kane, you're up. Combat unit, you're on deck. Literally and metaphorically. Kane, what are you doing?
I will go here, which I think is 20 feet.
Just leaving your mate? Yep, sure.
Thanks.
Uh,
Oh, wait, that's way
And
more than
that
20
one.
feet. You were there, weren't you?
She was right next to me, diagonally.
Yeah, but like this is all rough terrain, so it's double movement.
Oh, okay.
Go round.
Yeah, 30 feet's like here. That's 35. Sorry,
That's-
that'd be 40. So like coming out here would be 45. And you've already used your feline agility last turn, and you didn't stay
Okay.
still, so
Where was I? Was I here?
you were
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'll just go forward, then go here, and
Yep.
go for that one.
Which
Right,
one?
vampire.
This
Touch
one?
it, the one right in front of me.
Okay, so as I said, you don't. So cast it, but it's all based on your normal attacks. You will take half of whatever your normal attack is. Which, to be fair, is exactly the same.
Oops.
So she just watches Narbalef. Just you kind of hear this. Let me help you out as you just rake into this guy, literally killing him, as Kane does, and you heal for 7 hit points.
Yay.
You've still got another attack.
I can get to that one, can't I?
Yep, you're definitely in range.
Stab, stab.
Cool.
Nice.
Slashy slash slash.
Nice. 13 damage in total. He's looking very weak. He's looking very, very weak.
And
You've used your bonus action with the vampiric
have
touch.
I used it? Oh yeah. Oh. Hang on 1 second.
Because it's your vampiric touch. You basically have to
It
use
says
your...
here on here that it's my attack.
I mean, put it
And
this
then-
way. I'm ruling it that it's a bonus action. If you want to go by the rules of D&D, it's your action, so you wouldn't have been
Okay.
able to have attacked.
Okay.
So,
Then
it
that's
is your-
me then.
Yeah, it's your bonus action to activate the glaive's ability to use vampiric touch, which is why you then attack with the glaive and take heal half of that damage.
Okay.
you're not
It doesn't say that on my sheet.
It's the one on the sheet is basically Vampiric Touch is a spell that like potentially I could take, where normally you would just attack them with it because not everyone would have the glaive, but yours is a special one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
E.
I getcha.
Right, combat unit, you're up. What are you doing apart from laying on the ground being useless?
Oh, that's not very nice.
Fucking
Fucking hell.
Hey, look, this is like the first time I've ever been able to down combat unit. Right, okay, I'm going to revel in this moment.
So 77 would like to stand up. Is that
You use your half your movement to stand up?
77 would, yeah, stand up. Cool. And then are either of these two damaged? The ones that are still left alive?
No, they're both completely pristine.
Okay. Let's get properly on brand then. 77's a bit pissed off now. Like this is the first time anyone's actually knocked him down, I think, in forever. So the one directly to his east is going to get a warhammer aimed squarely at his face.
Cool, understood.
With advantage as well.
Oh,
Yep,
yes.
flanking. Nice. Yep, so you just smash into them for 7 damage.
Cool. And then he's going to get another one also right in his face. Oh,
Wow.
Where were these rolls earlier?
So you just watch as Combat Unit just stands up, and you just see the green light just goes to a really deep red. You just like Punisher level, just like kind of almost roaring as he strikes. That guy's really fucked up. Like, he is hurt.
And that's 77.
Okay, you've still got your bonus action in your movement. You've got half your movement.
I mean, I don't want to move. There's not really anything I can do with a bonus action without any spell slots, unfortunately. So.
Okie doke. Right, it is now the evens turn. Odds even. So these two are going to now wail back on Combat Unit, having seen him just fuck him up. So with advantage, heavy club, spike shield. So 21 doesn't hit, but 23 does. So you take 3 piercing damage from the first one. And yeah, the second... no, the next one's actually going to wail on Shao, because like he just rolled up and was like, nope. So are you being flanked? You are.
I am.
Good. So heavy club, spike shield.
Good as subjective.
Oh,
Both
so
miss.
they just can't really concentrate on what he's doing. Flies wide. Shao, you yeah, they're not. They've got nowhere to run to. So yeah, your turn.
Cool.
Johnny, you're on deck.
Did we judge that ranged spell attacks are a disadvantage in melee?
No, I said
Cool.
that that's a bullshit rule, so I'm not going to do it.
Cool. I will turn to this one who's just taken swings at me and very angrily just 3rd level chromatic orb him.
Okay, go for it.
And let's do lightning damage.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Fun.
And you're around water.
Lovely.
I mean, that 100% hits with a 27.
Shit rolls.
Shit.
Yeah,
Oh.
and he did 17 damage at 3rd level.
Oh.
It's 5d8.
Sorry, my brain's just frozen on maths for a second then.
It's the fresh one.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and I was literally math calculations of just like, how do you take 17 away from something? Okay, so that was your action, correct?
It was indeed. I don't have bonus actions, so that is my turn.
Okay, fair enough. Johnny, you're up. You've just seen one of your lizard friends fried, another one pulverized. What are you doing?
I'm just going to shocking grasp the one that 77 has put within an inch of his life.
Yep, go for it. I mean, that fucking hits. But only for 3 damage, which is just not enough. He kind of looks up at you with this sort of like, just finish it. As he's just like, you know, being electrocuted, black and blue, blood coming out of him.
I kind of want to healing word him right now, but I'm not going to.
Don't take pity on him.
I kind of want it. I'll send another 1st level healing word 77's way, just in case. I'm sure it'll be fine, but actually, not healing word. I'm next to him. Cure wounds.
By the way, sorry, both Shao and Johnny, if you need it, you can take 1d6 healing.
Is that as a bonus action?
Oh no, that's
Nope.
the 1d6 plus 2, right?
Thingy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is indeed. It's Manila's like healing spirit.
Oh, very good.
I would absolutely take that.
I healing worded 77 for 8. I was going to cure wounds, but I'd used my action, so it has to be a healing word. So it's
Okay.
worked out.
Okay, there you go. Combat Unit, you have taken 8 more points of healing loveness.
Yes. Everyone loves 77.
Shall you healed for 6? Johnny, do you need any healing? Because it is literally available in the sense of like it, your full
Johnny's
health.
chill. Unless he can get additional health, but I'm not been
No, so if you're flushed, then that's absolutely fine. Ara, you're up. What are you doing? Minnie, you're on deck.
Okay. I'm gonna have I would normally go for the guy who's attacking albeit, but in this case, I've already
Hunters
gotten
marked.
Hunter's
Yep.
marked. So I'm gonna have to get in there in 1d6.
Nice.
No,
He's looking really hurt.
gonna go again.
Yep. I mean, that's more than enough. So as you just pull back, let loose, you see the little like vines almost whip out, pull the arrow in deep to him. He's like, "Ugh." He's trying to bring up his shield to kind of cover the next incoming arrow. You just aim carefully, hold your breath, loose it as you just watch it just dip above the shield, below his like armor, and just get straight into the throat. And just as the blood just starts to ooze out, and he is dead. You can move your hunter's mark as a bonus action should you wish to.
Yes, I will. I am going to. I feel like this guy's got to die. Everyone around. Combat 77, so Hunter's mark is going to go to him. He's the
Okey-doke.
closest.
Okay, Minnie, you're up. What are you doing?
Gonna go for a multi-attack on this dickhead right here.
Go for it. Fuck him up.
Big. Big.
Nope.
Huge.
In my defense, I've got like 6 health points. I'm a very wounded bear.
So you've got this like javelin stuck in you, and you've kind of been cut up a bit. So you kind of as you're leaning over, and like Kane's kind of looking at you. They're like, "Are you right there, buddy?" As this sort of lizard folk's just deflecting them with quite some ease, just being like, "What are you doing?" A bite can't transfer, so there's no point rolling on the roll board because you literally, you'd have to really fuck up to screw that up. That was your actions. You don't have any bonus actions as a bear, I don't believe. So would you like to move?
I could do a furious growl, try and upset them.
Okay, you guys, you just back at them. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go here.
Okay,
No, I'm not, because that means they can get me. Nope, staying put.
Yep, I was going to say, if you do move that way, you would take opportunity.
Nope.
Fair enough. Okay, in that case, it is the Even's turn. So after deflecting these incoming blows, as he is literally the only Even left alive, he's going to look at the bear with some confusion and take 2 swipes at you with the heavy club, and he's going to bite you back.
Okay, that doesn't get me, but that one does.
Okay, so you take 8 piercing damage.
I am no longer a bear.
Okay, how much damage did you take in bear form?
6 out of 8.
Okay, so you take 2 damage in your current form.
Bear is dead.
But there.
Not in spirit.
You are also prone, I believe.
No.
Because you basically got, instead of willingly dispersing your form, you were basically knocked unconscious as the bear and kind of brought back. So that's how I rule it anyway. He's going to attempt to leave, which you do get an attack of opportunity at disadvantage, and Kane, you also get an attack of opportunity, but a straight roll.
Cool.
Smack.
Can I? Is it like physical weapons? I can't like spell him.
Not unless you've got Warcaster as a feat.
I do.
Okay.
I also don't think I. Oh, I've got a dagger. Can I go for his ankles?
Yep, go for it.
Go for his ankles. There.
You D6 as well, Kane.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry.
Sorry.
He literally had 7 hit points. His armor class was 15, so I was like, well, he's going to get away. And then that one. So Menindla's just like, like with the dagger, misses wildly, and Kane just like, after fighting off the 2, just flips around and just like some sort of like almost samurai just flings the glaive out, and it just catches him mid-run, and he just as you just see the head being lobbed off this lizard folk.
Good kitty.
Yeah.
Kane, it is now your turn. What are you doing?
Okie dokie. Can I get the Bushman?
Also, Minnie, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please. Unfortunately, your spell here has ended. It was
Fine.
dispelled as you lost concentration.
Find them one anyway.
Sorry, Kane, what are you doing?
Can I go for the Bushman?
He is a bush, so you would need to make a... You can make a perception check.
But like,
DC
if he's like,
16.
Didn't we all see him a bush just grow over him?
is he still like? He's not a threat, is he?
He is
He's
unconscious
asleep.
and a bush.
So all I need you to do is, and I'll say it's your bonus action because you're going to quickly scan, okay, to make me a perception check. Now you have advantage on those, so you can make me a perception check. You just got to beat a 16. I mean, Kane just sees this like snoring bush and he's like, nope. Like, what are you doing? He's asleep. So they're technically unconscious, which means you attack with advantage, and any hit is an instant crit.
Yeah, I'll kill it.
Yeah, alright, I will kill it. It's been decided.
I'm so confident about that. Oh, okay.
Wow. Well, you don't hit with that. Yep.
And
Keep
then
going.
2 more attack rolls.
So even with advantage, with 4 rolls, Kane's just like, I can't see
The bush is
where
just too
the
good.
fucker is, as she's just like cutting
Just
through.
frantically snapping at the bush.
Johnny just looks over in panic as he just sees this glaive blade like indenting in all different directions around him, like she's kind of like cutting him out of the ground. But fortunately, not hitting. So that was your
He's
action
just
and your bonus
sleeping through
action. All
He's
you've got left.
offended on the plant's behalf.
All you've got left is your movement.
No, it's not really much else I want to do there.
Okay, combat unit, you're up. What are you doing?
So let's finish off this guy to the right, to the east.
Okay, yep. Yep, that hits. I mean, that's more than enough. Like,
Cool. I was going to say, is it still advantage?
it would be if you want to roll again, see if you can crit him.
Oh,
You just what was he on? That's if it's rolling with advantage, that's not
Yeah,
enough. He
it
is.
is rolling with advantage. It's what I intended to do.
you bam, and just as you do it, you're like no, and you just pull the punt, you just pull the hit slightly, and he's just sat there
Well,
on
let's
one
pick him up
hit
properly.
point, just been like,
Oh,
finish me. As
yeah. So I accidentally pressed it 3 times, but I'm pretty sure that finishes him off.
you do, like, and then just something like out of an advert or like some cartoon, you just watch combat and you just kind of like, if he could actually smile, he would do, and you just watch his hammer go, bam, 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 like 30 times in a row, and just turns this lizard folk to mush. Okay, so those are your actions. You've got your bonus action and your movement.
No bonus action, no movement.
Okie doke. It is now their turn. This guy is going to make 2 attacks at Shao. Straight attacks.
Hack off.
He's going to bite you and spike shield
No, he's
you.
not. He's gonna mess like a little bitch. Shield.
Cool. Okay. And bite.
Nope.
So as he just goes to throw in the spike shield, all of a sudden you're like, nope, whoop, and he just against the force field of magic, and he just looks a bit confused, tries to kind of like half get a bite in there, and is like, oh, you know what, fuck this, and just starts running away. So combat unit, you get an attack of opportunity, as do you, Shout.
I'm just gonna watch him go. I use my reaction to shield.
Boom.
Oh, that's true, you did.
Going nowhere.
He is going less than nowhere with that hit. You just watch as combat unit with great glee just targets his ankle, and you just as Combat just snaps it with the hammer. Lizard folk falls to the ground and combating it just like before, just bam, 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 just working their way up the body of the lizard folk, killing it.
Big.
This guy is a bit like, fuck this noise, and he's just going to straight out bounce. I think that's about as far as he can get, though.
Sounds good.
That is literally as far as he can get. Shao, it is now your turn. What are you doing?
I'm gonna run up to him as far as I can. Swap tools.
So I'd say anywhere around here you can have to start.
Sure.
You can just start looking
So-
at wading or difficult terrain.
Sure. And then I will cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp,
Okay.
and I will hold, and a giant owl's claw is going to rupture from the ground and just attempt to grip him. He needs to make a strength saving throw. Can I do this? Has he taken damage yet?
100%. He is looking way more worse than
Okay.
before.
Can I attempt to grab him and not deal damage with this, just to restrain him?
You would have to roll a very high Arcana check because you're effectively punching up from below and gripping him.
That's fair.
It will now depend on how much damage you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it will be. Why is there two of them? It doesn't get increased, I don't think.
I don't know why there is two of them.
Oh, half damage if restrained, apparently. Wait, what? I don't know why there is two. That's really odd. It just says 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
He is definitely dead,
Sick.
I'm afraid. So
He
yeah,
has to make a save still, though.
I'm
So, like, he might
sure.
resist the damage.
Was it a
Strength saving throw.
He does actually have +2 to strength. Or is
Nope,
it
dead.
13? Doesn't. He had 2 hit points. Like
That's fair.
he was on like raggedy edge. He was just going for his life. So you hit him basically full swim with a talon. So you just watch as this like hawk-like talon from an owl just bursts up through the sort of swampy ground and just pierces deep into the lizard folk, and you see Shah's face of that. Oops, not quite how I meant it. You guys are now out of combat, and we're going to take a break, as it is now 9:15, or nearly.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okie dokie.
Cool.
Ugh.
I see Alex's like Warforged pieces are humanoid. They are indeed humanoid. They are humanoid constructs, as far as I'm concerned. So that is
Where did it say that?
in the stream chat. Also, thank you Squirrel X for raiding with the party of 5. Appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys stick around. We're just going to jump on a 5 to 10 minute break. So we should be back no later than 20 past. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Okay, we're back. So yeah, there's a debate now as to whether or not a combat unit can ever be healed, which we will potentially have after this, but no.
I
So
have
yeah,
a very strong argument that he was designed with healing himself as a combat medic.
Not for you though.
So
No, yeah, so I misruled that before, that you couldn't be healed from that what you call it, the spell, the healing spirit. So if you do want to take 1d6 of healing, then you can.
me.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
Okay. I'm very confused now, but we'll discuss this later.
Basically, I misruled that the spell for healing spirit didn't apply to constructs, which is true. But I said, well, I'd kind of rule you as a construct. But as Alex quite rightly pointed out, all healing spells have that rule to them, which means that then no healing spells would ever work on you. So I'm just saying, it's an easy enough thing to do. We're out of combat. You've taken an extra 1d6 of hit points.
Cool.
Right. Okay. Johnny will join us when he's back. I'm sure he's probably currently dealing with puppy poop or other such things. So we will just
return.
Perfect. He's back. I was just saying that I ruled incorrectly on the healing spirit. So combat unit did take that 1d6 of hit points.
Ah, lovely.
So we are out of combat. So I can get rid of the turn order. I will get rid of these fellows here. How long does your minor illusion stand up for?
For a minute. So that would leave me enough time to, having seen Kane about butcher this fake bush into about 1 million pieces, just run and like really extra just dive over the bush, like to try and block Kane from swiping at it anymore. Because we want this one alive.
Yeah, I would combat unit. I want to go grab him. He's going to be waking up soon.
Yeah, Roger, let's grapple him.
Sorry, just 2 seconds whilst I clear all of the drawings. Well, I was going to leave that up because that's difficult terrain.
That is fair. I will bring it back.
So yeah, so you just like all of a sudden this bush kind of fizzles, and as Kane's about to just bring down the axe, now Glaive now having this clear line of sight onto him, you see combat unit and Johnny be like, no, we want this one alive.
He's really disappointed by that. Just wants to kill it.
Not all of them need to die right away.
She's giving you Puss in Boots eyes.
There'll be more
Child
later.
does not care. The slightest. It's like the third time he's been like, hey, let's keep one alive, and everything has died.
Okay, just put the blade down.
Sorry, Minnie, what are you trying to say? I could hear you trying to say something.
Apologies.
Just next time we see one, you can have first dibs.
Oh, thank you.
It's alright.
Apart from this one.
Apart from this one, the next one.
Okay. Okay.
Has Johnny named this one? Is that why we can't kill it?
This one is henceforth known as Baz 2.
So now we can't kill it. It's got a name.
It's got a name.
He's just giving the bush daggers. The tails just swishing.
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion exactly just behind Kane so she can just go to town.
I just had this image then because I could hear your dog with the squeaky toy that you just picked up the squeaky toy and were like, hey Kane, hey, would you want this? Okay.
I've taken the squeaky toy away
over
from him.
here.
Aww.
Oh.
He's looking at me like, come on, fam.
Okay.
Well, Joy, do you want to get ready to interrogate Baz too?
Johnny clicks his fingers, blesses Lord G, which, yeah, you did pick up on it. If you healed 77, I could have healed him for 26 just off the bat.
Yeah, I realised shortly after.
But hey, it's a lesson learned. And I'm going to cast Guidance on myself. ready for such an interrogation. What are we trying to find out here, by the way? We've got like 30 seconds. What are we?
Where are the cultists? Where can we go from here? Etc. Etc. Just where to go.
Cultists and where to go. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Cool. Let's do it. So I feel like a minute passes by. I want him to wake up naturally in the arms of 77.
I'll gently spoon him.
All I can think of now is that song "In the Arms of an Angel."
So as you gently just rock this like sleeping lizard folk, you say, and he just wakes up and he has this big glaring robot in front of him, surrounded by, admittedly not on the map, but multiple of his dead comrades and friends. I need you to make a strength check, an athletics check, please, to keep hold of this creature that is now awake. Combat unit?
Yeah, for some reason it's not letting me. Strength,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, athletics check. Just make me an
Oh,
athletics
sorry,
check.
yeah.
Big rolls.
That's acrobatics.
Oh, fuck.
So it would have been extra
Even
two.
more impressive.
Look at that, extra
There
two.
we go. Okay, so he's going to attempt to get out. Yeah, doesn't.
One's just start mold earthing and burying his legs.
Okay, fair enough. So you just get it.
Ground restraints.
Kind of looks around, sees that all of his friends are dead, calms down, actually puts down, like, he takes off his shield, puts it down at his feet, just like, what do you want?
In Draconic. Oh, is he speaking in common or Draconic?
He is speaking in Draconic.
Okay. And I'm like, how's it going?
Looks to all of his dead friends, looks back at you, and had better days.
Yeah, fair. Sorry about all this.
You see me.
So, yeah, I'm genuinely. I can roll to seem it.
If you want to try and seem like empathetic, give me a deception check.
Got it. Coming up. Oh.
Yeah. He kind of looks at you with those sort of like knowing eyes of like, thank you for appreciating my pain, you know, sort of look.
I've gone full method actor.
Yeah. You're down on your knees in the dirt with that proper like, why?
What's your name, lizard friend?
Me. Snapjaw.
Snapchop.
Snapjaw. What's wrong with you?
Snapjaw. Oh, sorry, Snapjaw. Sorry. Snapjaw. Did you know one of your kind called Baz?
No. Don't know, Baz.
Oh, Baz was a good guy. And I sort of retract. Right. So, Snapjaw, we want to let you go. I don't want to keep you here. You look like a busy guy. You've got things to do. So we know that you're in cahoots with a certain dragon cult. Don't try to deny it. What is your relationship with them?
Okay, so Shall, are you casting comprehend languages?
That's starting to. It's a ritual.
Okay, cool. How long does that take you?
Probably too long, 10 minutes, but it's gonna start.
Yeah, probably. But at least you may know, depending on what goes on, but just bear that in mind. Goes, don't like him.
Don't like them? Well, then
No.
why do you? So, what do you know about their relationship with that? I forget what the inn is called. God damn it! Oh, I've not got notes as well. I've stopped writing notes. No. Can I look at the guys and be like, guys, what's that place?
What place?
The place, the inn, the cultist inn,
Oh, the warehouse.
the warehouse. Yes,
Don't think I had a name.
I think it did.
Reviewing my notes.
Anyway, got him.
I'm just going to look at you and just be like, don't like him. Friends of
Why don't you
Bullywugs.
Bunch of bollywogs. Whoa. What's
Friends.
your language?
Friends.
Language.
Friends. Bullywugs.
You're friends of the bollywogs?
No! Looks like really offended by that.
Oh, good. We hate bollywogs. Boo.
Good? Yeah.
Yeah. Boo, bollywogs. So, cultists. Why are you not friends?
Friends of Bullywugs. Be nasty.
Oh, cultists are friends with bollywogs.
Yeah. They go to dragon kneelers. They're the dragon kneelers. Take into castle. Money. Never see again.
Which castle?
Natir.
What?
Castle Natir.
Castle Nater.
I will put it in the chat since I can find the exact. There it goes. You guys can see it.
Okay. So they take you or the bollywogs to Castle Nater?
No, treasure. We take.
Treasure. You take treasure to Castle Nater, of course. Ah, very good. So why do you do it? Why do you do that for not friends of yours? For not friends of yours?
Dragons.
Scared of dragons?
No. Love dragons.
Ah. Do they have dragons?
Yes.
Do they promise you dragons?
Yes.
You don't sound sure. Stay with me, Snapjaw.
So, I'll do like some kind of like compounding.
Yeah, let's.
So through some pigeon common that he's trying to show that he's being nice, so you have, like very short words, and then some far more flowing Draconic when he kind of gives up at points. And Shal, you're able to, towards the end of this conversation, kick in.
I should point out, comprehend language doesn't actually let me understand them. It just allows me to be able to read and write it.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
No mind. You understand the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear, the more you know.
Yeah,
I can't speak it.
Yeah, no, you can't speak it, but you can understand it. Correct.
Okay,
So
cool.
basically, he's not very happy because the proud lizard folk have effectively been kind of put in as like the muscle of the dragon cult, and he kind of wants them to take their rightful place again at controlling these lands. And the Bullywugs, who they could easily overthrow, but unfortunately they don't really have a chieftain anymore, so they don't really have like a leader. And the Bullywug shaman is a powerful shaman, and so the cultists kind of keep the Bullywugs above the lizard folk in the pecking order.
Okay.
What happened to your leader?
He's killed.
By who?
Guys, I'll be right back.
Okay. It's like, don't know.
Was it a surprise? Was it a mystery?
Don't know. Came back from hunting trip, leader dead. No one talk about it.
Seems suspicious, no?
Very.
Who was the last person to see him alive?
I think Bullywugs.
Sounds like classic Bullywug business, and I spit on the floor.
Yeah. He also joins you in spitting on the floor, but he's not quite able to make it, so combat unit ends up with this sort of like drool over his arm.
I paused negotiations to prestidigitation that bit of spit off combat unit 77.
77 is just going to like tighten up his grip a little bit.
I was going to say, Shao will say to Johnny, let him know we're going to loosen the restraints since he seems to be cooperative and technically on our side.
Yeah. Again, in Draconic, we're gonna let you go soon, but you're gonna help us, right? We want to take down the Bollywogs. We want to take down the Dragon Cult.
I'll take you there.
Yes.
That Shao moves all the dirt and tells combat unit to let him go.
Do you let him go?
Okay, after a little extra squeeze.
Yep.
Do we understand that? Should
No,
we
as far as you guys are concerned, you can just see that Shal is nodding, right? Not talking, just nodding. And you can see Johnny's like sounds like he's got something stuck at the back of his throat, and so does the lizard folk in front of you. And you're just seeing that go back and forth. That's all you see. You then see them both spit on like towards the ground, and then Shal's just turned to you guys, be like, "Yeah, he's cool. Let him go."
Hey guys, can we just divert our attention to Discord real quick? We're not going to talk about it. It didn't happen. Yep, Charles has been nodding, forgetting that he can speak the language fluently. Yep, sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Cool. What I love is as well, we've got D&D Beyond overlay for this, so anyone who's actually looking at your character sheet
Can
can
see
also see that.
Yep. Amazing.
So,
Oh shit, so do I.
love it! What I love is I know this, and I'm just like, hey, if you guys aren't going to do it, that's your fault if you're not going to keep track of what languages you can speak.
Yeah, I'm just like, I wonder what languages I do speak. Oh.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like I'm one of the few who can't, because all I can speak is Common, Druidic, and Sylvan.
Yep. Oh.
Quality. Anywho,
Right. Anyway, so I feel like 77 gives this guy an extra squeeze, and then we go, okay. I'm going to say, okay, you take us there sneakiest way. We don't want to get caught.
well, we should probably sleep first.
Yeah, oh yeah, you rest with us first. And then you take us there sneaky way, yes? I don't know why I've started talking like a fucking goblin, but there we go.
So like, as you're now speaking like Draconic, and then like the rest of you started to realise, and he's just like, oh wow, the rest of you speak it too, cool. He kind of like basically turns around and says to you, I don't think that's the best way to go. If we sneak and we get caught, big trouble. We can be sneaky-ish, but like you should be my captives.
Sounds good to me.
Does it seem plausible that you could take us all on? And I'd look at 77.
I was also going to say insight check
By all means, give
Just-
an insight check.
to see if he actively is going to be helping us.
He seems pretty helpful. As far as you can tell, he seems pretty helpful. But this is also the first lizard folk that you've heard speak in their native tongue, and
Yeah.
like
So I
so.
think Charles is suspicious, but he'll go with it if everyone else does.
Okie
Okay, so I think
Also make
we're going to conclude this with saying he needs to rest with us, and then we need to finish this long rest, and then we'll move, and he can guide us. Sound good? I relay, of course, everything to the guys that can't speak Draconic, and yeah,
The two that can't speak Draconic. I think there's three with combat units, so half your group can speak Draconic.
I've just checked combat unit can speak Common and then Gnomish.
Yeah, it's great.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, fair
Names are
play.
its creators.
yeah.
That's- I enjoy that. Cool. Okay, I relay that to everyone and say, what do we think of the plan?
Sounds good to me.
Mm.
Who's on the next watch? Shotgun nod it, and I run. Oh, there's nowhere to sleep, so I'm just going to run into one of these tents, pull out a sleeping bag, and start like going nodding off.
Charles brings the
Kane's
dome
happy
back
to
up.
go on watch.
Yeah, Mina was rudely awoken last time, so she's going back to sleep.
Yeah, same. Oh, actually, I don't need to. I'm full health now.
So-
I can stay.
I will also say that because you guys have had this conversation back and forth and everything, you know that they are called the lizard folk, are called the Scaly Death. That is the name of their
name.
tribe.
Amazing.
Awesome.
The scaly death.
Yep, and
They definitely are scaled and dead.
Yep, the wow. Okay,
He does not say out loud.
no, that's fair.
He says as he
Um,
steps over a corpse.
So the leader of the Bullywugs is called Farblex, which I'll put in the chat. And the leader / shaman of the Scaly Death, who was killed and is heavily suspiced to have been suspected would be probably the correct word, Dave. Good England. Was called Suncrawler.
It's a very lizard folk name.
Yeah, I believe his name was definitely called Suncaller.
So it's kind of left the tribe feeling a bit worse for wear, not having like a a mage but basically someone who could communicate with their draconic gods, and that's how the lizard folk and the cult have kind of been able to use that sort of less confident, bolsterous, and aggressive lizard folk to their advantage.
Neat.
Very good.
Is
Okay.
there? So that's about as much as you get, because he's also a bit tired and fucked up. So yeah, you take another 10 minutes. With the lizard folk's help, he kind of like sees you guys trying to clear it, and he's like, no, not this, and he shows you a very quick way to dry some soil out and give yourself a sort of like nice elevated position to camp on when you make the dome, which he's very, very uneasy about going into after the sheer amount of death that emanated from it.
Yeah, I'll just calm down and say, don't worry, it's a place of safety. Outside is where the death happens.
He kind of looks at you, nods, and goes, cool. And then very gingerly just pushes on it until he sees his hand, like his claw, go through, and it slowly gets in, and like he curls up way in the corner.
Yeah. I just like to go over to Manila. I need my stone back.
Didn't know you gave me a stone. What do you want?
Yeah, the stone to let you see in the dark in the tunnel that I never took back.
What?
When we were going into the tunnels, you couldn't see, so I gave you my transmuter stone so you could have dark vision.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's the one. I'll just pocket
cool.
that back.
Nearly threw that one away. There you go.
I shall glares. No. Then
I'm
lie
going to
down and go
put
to
a
sleep.
blue dot on this guy just so you know who he is.
Cool. Baz 2.
Okay.
I think he looks like a Jeremy.
Yeah.
Hey, before we go to sleep, Johnny.
Yes. I'm tired. Like, what's up?
Do you have any more spells ready?
Well, I suppose before we get this long rest in, I'm sure I've got something.
Just
What do you want?
to heal in the ring, please.
Something to heal. This is something to heal that's not going to be when someone goes down, right?
Unless you can't act. Yes.
Fine.
I will allow you to be the one to bring people back to life.
With the, I presume this is going into your pearl. Do you have to use an action for the pearl, or is it based on the
It's
casting
based on the spell.
So the level of the spell denotes
I
how
think-
many slots it takes up, effectively.
Yeah, I think he's talking about action or bonus action, but it's
So
whatever the spell is.
If I gave him healing word, for example, you
I
could use
could
that
bonus
as
action it.
action and then cantrip, which might be
Mhm.
cool. I will give you my last third level spell because I'm about to get it back, and I will give
I
you.
cannot hold a third level spell.
What can you hold? Well, I'll give you a second level healing word.
Amazing. Yeah, I've already got the spells in it. Neat.
So good.
All right. And with that,
And I go. Anything else?
good night.
I praise Lord G again and then go to sleep.
Perfect. I think, I know it's a bit early, but I think we might wrap it up there because it is 9:45, and we normally
Good
knock on
stop.
the head around 10. So what we'll do is we'll wrap it up there. You guys do take a full long rest. I would say that combat unit, Kane and Atara took the next watches, but it all went without incident, and you guys were able to fulfill a long rest.
Oh, my spells.
Oh boy.
So wonderful.
I had one level 1 spell slot left. No polar power, no octane recovery.
Jesus.
I was tapped.
Right. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for playing. Thank you for those who watched. Please consider following us on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. We also have YouTube, which I am uploading all of the videos to. Hopefully this weekend I'll get around to naming them, as they're already waiting for them to go. We also have a Patreon account, but I know that's a bit much for some people. Please follow us as soon as we reach 50. It really helps us because we'll then be affiliate and we can start using Amazon Prime accounts and things like that just to help us recoup some of the costs. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you again next week, and thank you very much.